Yeah, so I mean, I think it all just comes down to languaging. One of my sick thrills is trying to, it's not really a sick thrill, but is just trying to figure out how to talk about deep dharma in like the most basic language and accessible language possible. I live for that. And it's not because I'm trying to be a covert Buddhist. It's just that Buddhism isn't Buddhism. It's just a guy that wanted to understand the mind and suffering and happiness. And then it was like European religious scholars that turned it into Buddhism and made a whole thing around it. And there's more cultural stuff to it than that. So I don't want to dilute the depth of what is there. But like, if we look at the seed of intention, it's just like, why do we suffer? What leads to happiness? And the Buddha was also a brilliant marketer. Like he was known to be able to speak to the different kinds of people that he would meet and find the language that was appropriate for them and what was the door, and then like sometimes entice them. Like if they weren't into doing the work of understanding impermanence and suffering, he might like dangle a carrot of like, oh, the Deva realms, like you could be reborn as this or this or this, as a way to open their minds to like, oh, maybe I want to meditate. So I am a big proponent of not diluting the practice, and not pretending it's something other than it is, but just finding the language for the person that or the group that you're presenting to. So if it's an organizational context and it is in the South, then I might reframe my whole presentation as like attention training or emotional intelligence or mental fitness. Mental fitness is the main category or the main like title of my keynote, you could say these days, just because it's good for education, it's good for business, and it's good for healthcare. There does not need to be any mention of Buddhism, in my opinion, and if there really is pushback on mindfulness or meditation, and if they feel like, if you have a sense that a mentioning of that word is going to be activating and they're going to immediately associate with it with religion, then I would have some fun thinking about how can I present all of this stuff without even mentioning mindfulness or meditation once, because it's just language that we're placing on top of a process. So the amount of stuff I see in SEL, social emotional learning, that's like as simple as the mind wander and then come back to the breath, or Herbert Benson, the relaxation technique, just saying one. In principle, so much of it is fundamentally the same. And having 30 years in the space that you have, you probably know the language of your people and what would resonate and what wouldn't resonate. And having gone deeper into mindfulness space now, you have a sense of like, okay, what is the synonym for mindfulness? Or what is a way to describe this that doesn't use traditional language? It might take it a day or a couple of days of like planning and being creative. But as simple as calling it mental training, focus training, attention training. And then you give them the same thing you give them if it was under the umbrella of Buddhism, meditation, mindfulness. And again, I really want to make clear that I don't believe like this is a Trojan horse. I really don't have any agenda of making people Buddhist. I don't even identify as a Buddhist. I'm interested in so many things related to what makes life worth living. And I'd never go to a Buddhist monk for relationship advice, like someone that's lived in a cave for 30 years. I really don't know much about relationships. So like if I'm maybe a Buddhist, then like whatever, all to say, like there's a lot I'm interested in. And so I don't see this as the Trojan horse for Buddhism. I just see it as like the practice has been powerful for me. Someone that wants to go deeper into Buddhism, I'll give them that. And then I'll start talking about sila and ethics and impermanence and non-self. And if that happens to come out of attention training, great, but it doesn't have to be spoken about explicitly.